The problem with photography, and there's no way getting around this, it is expensive. It is expensive, and I get a lot of people asking me, like, how much does it cost to be doing all of this? So, because it's tax return time, I've gone through the numbers and I've worked it out, and it's more than I thought. But I've also gone way back yonder to my first studio and worked out how much that cost, which was much more affordable. So I'm going to go through what a month in here costs when we're shooting, a month when we're not shooting, and also what it cost when I had my first studio. And the difference is about a £24,000 difference, but we'll get into that now. So let's go through the line items. Let's go through what it is that I'm spending money on. I'm going to break it down for you. I've got pen and paper because I'm going to have to read. I'm sorry, it's not going to look great, but I can't remember this much information. Studio and bills. This place, the rent, the electric, all that good jazz. Building insurance, maintenance, £2,000. Not bad. Insurance, for me, for my kit, all that good stuff, £200. Pretty pleased with that. That could be a lot worse. Now, we did 2 shoots in the month that I'm talking about here. So we did 2 jobs, 4 weeks, 2 jobs. Crew and freelancers involved in that, which came directly from me, 15,000. Software and Wi-Fi, or Wi-Fi as I like to call it, 475. I'll do a total, don't worry, you don't need to add up as we go. Sustenance, lunches for people, coffee, Diet Cokes when I've had too much coffee in my stomach, can't take it anymore, but I just still need that hit of caffeine. £700. Repairs and replacements. That's like we've snapped a knuckle on a C-stand, I've dropped a lens. I spent £900 that month. Upgrades, that's bits of stuff we have to buy, like new things. It's never a camera really, it's normally small bits, but that was £550 of upgrades. Creative, now this is test shoots. This is when we go and buy the stuff to do a test shoot, the little bits and pieces, the trinkets, the things we need to shoot, £2,750. Data, drive and backup. It's just places to put stuff, like my Backblaze account, my Dropbox, my WeTransfer. I separated those into this area, and also any hard drives I bought. I only spent £500, which is quite low for most months. Travel, £250, not sure if that's included or not, but that's how much it costs to get people here. Website and socials, £150 in terms of the costs associated there. And my marketing, in terms of direct marketing, I spent £750 that month. Now that comes to £24,075, which is obscene. You're probably looking at that going, I can't possibly afford that. And you'd be right, most people can't. But I had 2 jobs in that month, and they're commercial jobs, so they paid well, so it was actually a very profitable month. Now, if I take away all of the stuff, all those bits and pieces that were to do with the 2 jobs, and just remained with, this is what would happen if I came in here, like I am today, with nothing going on. It would cost me £3,575 just to have the studio empty. Just to have this doing nothing costs that much. And that's an important number. You must all know this number about your business. How much does it cost if nothing comes in? How much does it cost if I'm sat here in my underwear twiddling my thumbs all day? And that's the number. That's how much I need every month to do nothing. And that's not great. That's not a great place to be. Now, my first studio, and this is where I think you guys should really pay attention, because my first studio, I loved it. And unfortunately, it was above a bar, which, if you knew me back then, is not a great place for me to be. And it was in the city centre, again, not a great place for me to be. But my first studio, the rent, and it was, I must say, similar size, much lower ceilings, similar size. I paid £250 a month, all in, all bills, Wi-Fi, the lot, £250. And I did 2 photo shoots for the bar below. It was their building, they rented it to me. I did them 2 shoots a month and £250. I then spent £75 a month on insurance, and that was it. So £315 for my first studio space per month. And I still remember when I took that space on, I was thinking, I don't know if I can pay for this. This is money that I don't currently have coming in. But I made it work. You don't need to spend what I'm spending now. And let me tell you the difference between the 2 places, the difference. One is when I was renting on a cheap lease, I had to do the shoots for them, which was a pain because they were really badly organised and just like all over the place. It's not by chance that they're not around anymore. So that was that. The other was that it was above a bar and I could hear the music coming through the floor. It was, sometimes I'd go in there and there'd be bar staff who'd got in to get, it wasn't great. It did a good job. I was very grateful for them for helping me out with that. I wouldn't have been able to get a space otherwise. But it wasn't quite right. You had to go through a bar to go up a little side stairs. There's like a dodgy back bit where there's loads of heroin addicts always hanging around. It was just a little bit dodgy in that sense. Great space though, very useful. I also couldn't do anything in there. I couldn't build stuff. Like this place here was just an empty warehouse. I built the office, I built the wall behind me. Everything here is custom built for what I need. And I think when you start thinking about what a studio actually is, it's just a space for you to create. And I think a lot of us get caught up like, we need the big shutters to get a car in, we need this big warehouse space, but really, it can be your bedroom if you don't need clients to come in. It can be a small office space, it can be anything. And I think finding that cheaper space for your studio right now is what's good for the business. That's what's gonna help your business. Going into a big space like this, which costs money, every single month as a bare minimum, 3, 5, 7, 5. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to do nothing. That's a lot of money just to go, I've managed to pay my bills but not actually bring any money in. If I could have my time again, and I wish I could, I wouldn't have a studio. I would have a home office and I would live in London and I'd rent studios on a day-by-day basis because it wouldn't cost this much. One of the, when people say, oh, I've gone really far in life, I can't go any further because I've got all these things tying me down. That is this thing. And yes, I love it here. And the problem is because I love it so much, I can't get rid of it. It's like my man cave. And people are like, well, don't you need it for your work? Honestly, not really. I mean, I need it for the YouTube videos. Maybe you wouldn't watch as many if I was doing it from my bedroom. But yeah, it's a lot. So have a real good think about this. I think it's really important. And also, I think, and you need to let me know in the comments below, if you do or do not, you must know your exact cost of doing business to the penny. To the penny. Now, I rounded all these numbers up and down, so it wasn't like 1,987.35 pence. That's quite hard to digest, but I would actually do it to, well, I have actually done it to the exact penny, just because it is so useful to know this information. Make sure you know it, and then at least you're prepared. And you can see when things are going bad. And it's also good, like if it's going to cost me £3,575, as well as having a minimum of 6 months of salary saving, I need a minimum of 6 months of business overhead saving just to be relaxed, just to be a viable business. If every month I'm trying to go from 0 to 3,575, that is not ideal. But that's what it is. I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.